Hi, I'm Brenda Quintana coming to you from the Beehive. Today I'm going to show you how to make these beautiful cards using the Swallowtail and the Sassy Salutation stamp sets. Both of these stamp sets will be retiring at the end of May 2016. They are guaranteed available until May 22nd, after which time they are available while supplies last. So if you like either one of these or both, make sure you get them before they retire. So these cards are really easy to make, and I'm going to show you how to do them. They both have two colors, and I'm just using some thick Whisper White cardstock to create them. And I've done them in 3 different colors, and I will be posting these color combinations on my blog, and I'm going to show you how to do them today in a 4th color. So let's get started. You're going to need a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock, and I have cut this piece to 11 inches by 4 1/4 inches, and then I have scored it in half at the 5.5 inch mark. I'm going to be using 2 colors. I'm going to be using a light and a dark, and I've got Blushing Bride here and Rose Red. I'm going to start off with my rose red ink, and I'm going to be using the Thinking of You greeting from the Sassy Salutation stamp set. I'm just going to tap that on my ink pad, and I'm going to stamp it in the bottom right hand corner like that. And then I'm going to bring in my Blushing Bride ink pad and my big Swallowtail stamp. This is quite heavy when it's on one of these big blocks, so I like to ink it face up and just hold my ink pad in my hand. And you're just going to tap this all over your entire Swallowtail and make sure you get good coverage. Then, before I forget, I'm going to bring in my Stamp-A-Majig. We're not going to be using the positioning sheet. We're just going to be using the handle, but I want it right here so I don't forget to do it, because as soon as I put my stamp down, I'm going to want to put it around the edge of my block and not forget to put it there when I remove my stamp, because I'm going to use it as a positioner to bring in my darker color afterwards. So let me go ahead and put this down where I want it. I'm kind of straddling my greeting, and my butterfly will be on an angle, and I'm going to stamp it so it goes over and top into the back. If you don't want it to go the back, just fold your card when you're stamping it. I like the idea that part of the wing is kind of going to be on the back. You'll want to make sure that you give the stamp a little pressure because it is a big stamp. Use the heels of your hand to press down a bit. Before you lift off, put your Stamp-A-Majig around the top corner and make sure you position it right against your big block, and then you're going to lift off from here over on this side. Remember, it's heavy, okay, with this big block. So lift straight off, and then what you're going to do is we're going to clean off our stamp so we don't muddy our ink pads. Even though Blushing Bride is a light color, I like to make sure that I'm not adding any ink even into my darker ink pads. So I'm just going to open this up. This is my Stampin' Scrub, and I'm going to look for the little side where there's a picture of these little raindrops, and I'm going to spray some Stampin' Mist on it. I'm just going to kind of do this over to the side so I don't spray it on my project. And then I'm going to take my butterfly and I'm going to clean it on the one side and then take it to the other side and give it a little dry. Then I'm going to face this back up again, and I'm going to take my rose red ink pad, and I'm just going to tip the edges of the butterfly just to make those darker, and I'm going to do that with the other side too. Just do the edges, and then see this end that is closer to the edge. I'm going to use that end to kind of just hit the middle a little bit. Just get the antenna and make the middle a little darker. Then the trick with this is you're going to want to hold this over on this side. This block is really big, and if you hold it right here, your fingers are going to interfere with the Stamp-A-Majig. So I'm going to hold it over here with my right hand and bring it down. If you're left-handed, you'll probably want to do it the reverse of what I'm doing. Then just kind of position it in the little corner right there and then slide it down. So that way you're getting it exactly where it was before, but now we're doing it with the darker ink. And give it a little press. You can now move your Stamp-A-Majig handle because we're only doing 2 colors, and then lift it off. And see how pretty that is? I've got now a light color and interspersed with some dark. So now we just need to fold our card along the score line and smooth down that crease. And then I'm going to bring in some Whisper White satin ribbon. Now this ribbon is also retiring, but it's available while supplies last. Not like the stamp sets, which they're going to make sure they're available until May 22nd. This one, as soon as it's gone, it's gone. So I'm just going to cut a 16-inch length of the Whisper White ribbon, and I'm going to tie it around my card. Like that. If you have some locking tweezers at home, they're really handy for holding down your ribbon while you're tying it. Satin ribbon's very slippery, so it's nice to have someone either put their finger there or have something you can lock. So I just am locking that down on my knot, and then I'm going to come in and tie my second knot and bring it in like that. That looks nice. And then we're just going to trim off the edges like that. And like that. And there you go. A really pretty card. And I've done them in a purple color, a blue, and yellow and orange. And you can do them in any colors that you have a light and a dark to work with. Aren't these cards beautiful? All the supplies you'll need to make these beautiful Swallowtail cards are available for purchase on my blog. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Bye for now.